Will Malaysia really surpass the United States by 2030? A question that sounds unbelievable at first, but when you look closely at the economic shifts, global politics, technology trends, and the rise of Southeast Asia, it might not be as crazy as it sounds. The world is changing faster than ever. America, once seen as the world's unchallenged superpower, is now facing economic slowdown, political division, and rising competition from developing nations. Meanwhile, Malaysia, a country that was once just an exporter of rubber and tin, is rapidly transforming into one of Asia's most dynamic economies. From booming tech startups to world-class infrastructure, Malaysia is quietly positioning itself as a new hub of growth, stability, and innovation. While the US grapples with inflation, trillion-dollar debts, and social polarization, Malaysia continues to focus on modernization, digital economy, and attracting foreign investments from giants like China, Japan, and the Middle East. So the big question remains, can Malaysia, a nation of 34 million people, truly rise above a global superpower of 340 million by 2030? In this video, we'll compare both countries across economy, innovation, education, technology, lifestyle, and global influence, and by the end, you'll see whether this bold prediction might just become reality. So before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Wanderlust Ventures, and hit the bell icon, because today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising global transformations of our time. Economic growth. Is Malaysia catching up? In recent years, Malaysia's economy has been growing faster than many expected. With an annual GDP growth rate averaging between 4% to 5%, it's outpacing many developed nations, including the United States, whose growth barely touches 2%. By 2030, Malaysia aims to achieve high-income nation status, with GDP per capita exceeding $15,000, while the US already stands around $80,000. That's a huge gap, but the key difference is momentum. While the US economy is mature and slowing, Malaysia is in its high-growth phase. It's becoming a manufacturing powerhouse for semiconductors, electronics, green energy, and EV components. Global companies like Intel, Tesla, and Infineon are expanding their operations in Malaysia because of its strategic location and skilled workforce. Foreign direct investment, FDI, in Malaysia crossed $20 billion in 2023, with strong inflows from China, Singapore, and Germany. And with regional integration through ASEAN and trade agreements like RCEP, Malaysia's export market is exploding. The United States still dominates global finance, but Malaysia's stability, low cost of business, and strategic ties with both East and West give it a growing advantage. Technology and innovation. The Silicon Valley of Southeast Asia. Can Malaysia compete with the tech giants of America? Well, not yet, but it's moving in that direction. Kuala Lumpur and Penang are quickly becoming technology hubs, attracting startups, software companies, and manufacturing firms. Malaysia's digital economy blueprint, known as My Digital, aims to make the digital economy contribute over 25% of GDP by 2030. With government initiatives promoting AI research, cybersecurity, and cloud computing, Malaysia is nurturing its own ecosystem of innovation. Local startups like Carsum, Aerodyne, and StoreHub are already gaining international recognition. In contrast, America still leads in global innovation, hosting giants like Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Nvidia. But Malaysia's advantage lies in adaptability. It doesn't need to reinvent Silicon Valley, it's building something more efficient, affordable, and future-ready for Asian markets. If Malaysia continues to combine innovation with affordability, it could dominate in industries where America is losing ground, like chip manufacturing, renewable energy, and smart city design. Political stability versus polarization. The political climate plays a huge role in national progress. The United States is currently facing deep political divisions, from immigration battles to cultural conflicts and rising polarization between Democrats and Republicans. Malaysia, despite its own challenges, has shown growing political maturity. After the political turbulence of the 2010s, the country is moving toward stability under a unity government focused on development and inclusivity. Malaysia's multicultural harmony, among Malays, Chinese, Indians, and indigenous groups, serves as a model for coexistence. While the US grapples with racial tension and partisanship, Malaysia is learning to use its diversity as a strength. Global influence and foreign policy. America is still the world's most influential power, with military bases, global alliances, and control over international finance. But its dominance is slowly being challenged. Malaysia, on the other hand, uses smart diplomacy. It maintains strong relations with China, the US, and its ASEAN neighbors, avoiding major conflicts and focusing on trade and peace. This balanced approach is earning Malaysia respect on the global stage. The country is emerging as a neutral voice in international politics, a bridge between the East and West. By 2030, as the world becomes more multipolar, Malaysia's influence in Southeast Asia and the Islamic world will only grow stronger. Infrastructure and development. Malaysia's infrastructure is modern, efficient, and expanding rapidly. Projects like the Pan-Borneo Highway, Mass Rapid Transit, MRT, in Kuala Lumpur, and digital connectivity programs are changing how people live and work. By contrast, America's infrastructure, especially roads, bridges, and public transport, is aging and underfunded. Malaysia's urban planning, clean cities, and smart public systems often surprise foreign visitors. In fact, Kuala Lumpur ranks higher than many US cities in infrastructure efficiency and safety. If the current pace continues, Malaysia could become Southeast Asia's version of Japan, a developed, well-connected, and technologically advanced society by 2030. The future: can Malaysia surpass the US by 2030? So, will Malaysia really surpass the United States by 2030? If we talk about raw power, GDP, military strength, and global dominance, the US will still lead. But if we measure efficiency, stability, and quality of life, Malaysia could indeed surpass America in many areas. The US is struggling with inflation, political division, and high living costs, while Malaysia is becoming a role model for sustainable growth, multicultural harmony, and future-ready development. In short, Malaysia may not replace America, but it could redefine what success means in the 21st century. The rise of Malaysia isn't about beating America, it's about building a new kind of success story, one based on balance, affordability, peace, and opportunity. By 2030, Malaysia could stand among the world's top 20 economies, with thriving technology, strong education, and a high standard of living. The US may remain the superpower, but Malaysia represents the new generation of nations, confident, connected, and prepared for the future. So what do you think? Can Malaysia really surpass the United States by 2030? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Backhand index pointing down, and don't forget to subscribe to Journey Unfolded for more videos about nations shaping our world. Because the story of Malaysia is not just about growth, it's about transformation, ambition, and the power of believing that even small nations can achieve greatness.